morning, everyone, and welcome to Magic Partners Live. I must remember to turn my mic down today because I get really excited on this channel. I'm John from Team News Jam, and sorry, I'm really excited. It's Disney time again. If you're excited as well, before I introduce these lovely gentlemen next to me, drop a like down below and also subscribe to the channel because we're here every week with your magic partners. Next to me, I have Chase and I have Bryan, your Disney experts. It is fantastic to see all three of us finally back once again. How you going, guys? How's your week been?
Fun and exhausting. I've been at Disney a lot.
That's great to hear. We're always very jealous, and it's good to see you back again, mate. I'm going to drill you this week because I haven't seen you so long, and I want to know everything that's going on. Everything that's going on at Disney World. We've got lots going on there, as we have at Disneyland as well, and also lots of stuff going on Disney Plus. So we're going to talk about all that stuff coming up very, very shortly. What I want to do firstly, though, we had some breaking news this morning about 5 a.m. my time. Thanks for sending me over the video, guys. And that was that we have Disney Cruise Line coming back. So we're deeply excited about this one, guys. Talk us through.
I gotta get on that.
Talk us through what's going on here, guys. What sort of health orders and restrictions we're going to have to cruise and all that sort of thing. Go ahead, tell me all about it.
Who would like to start? I mean, there's so much info. What do you think, Bryan?
Well, I mean, you and I both know all of it, so we could split it.
Sure. I think this looks, fantastic. It's good to know that they are getting the cruises back on the water, that people can enjoy this again, that families can take their kids to have these amazing experiences. And I am really glad to see that Disney is stepping up their game and making sure that safety is their biggest priority. So safety and health and wellness and happiness and magic, that's all about what it is to be on one of these Disney cruises. And so I was really impressed with this video in its entirety.
Me as well. Yeah, I like all the precautions that they're taking. I like that even though the cruising is back, I like that it's going to be at a kind of a reduced capacity right now. I like all the safety protocols that they have in place. I feel like it's going to be a pretty safe way to cruise until they can get back to maybe fully normal, sometime in the next couple of years. But definitely kudos to Disney. They're bringing in a lot of great ideas. Chase and I were talking about how we like that, they have to show that they have a negative COVID test or voluntarily show their vaccination card. So either way, you have to kind of, show that you're COVID free. And I like that. And definitely applaud Disney on this.
It's going to be fun. It looks like, it looks so typically Disney. I mean, those shows look amazing. They showed that one from Frozen there with Olaf and the gang, and it looks so exciting. I would love to be able to hop on one of these cruises and experience everything that is involved, from going to their Castaway Cay, their island, their private island, to just going wherever the destinations are taking you, the Caribbean, the Bahamas, whatever. I don't know all of them, but there's some really cool locations.
There are a lot of great locations.
All right, that's awesome. Great to see the cruise lines back again. Fantastic that they are. Fantastic that we've got these restrictions that helps keep everyone safe. Really happy about that. And I know a lot of people will be excited to see the cruise lines back. So fantastic news. fantastic news. So while I was busily getting Facebook ready there, guys, do you know where do we know, where they're going to start cruising to at this point?
I believe the first one that they're doing is they're resuming their Bahamian voyages from Florida on August 9th with the Disney Dream. That's going to kick off their return. It just says the Bahamas and departing from Port Canaveral from what I was reading.
Yeah.
But I would expect, more of the ships to get back in the lineup after their test cruises. Because I know the Dream is the one that had the first test cruise and everything went well with that. So that's why they've been approved.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, moving on for that one then. I just want to go over to Disney World now, and we haven't talked to you, a lot about what's going on in Disney World because we haven't seen you for a while, Brian. You've been busy vlogging out there on Brian's Magic Life, and don't forget to subscribe, by the way, to Brian's channel, Brian's Magic Life. He's there in Disney World every week, and we really enjoy those vlogs. Lots of subscribers joining on, so don't miss out on the fun every week, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. A lot of
growth lately, definitely, I have loved it.
Awesome. It's good to see the channel doing well because it's great content over there, so make sure you guys get over there. So let's talk about what's not a problem at all. Let's talk about what's going on at Disney World at the moment. So first thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that the Epcot monorail's back, and tell us a bit about what that means.
So what that means is park hopping between Magic Kingdom and Epcot gets a whole lot easier. It also adds a whole lot more like kinetic energy with Epcot because Epcot's great, but one of the things that just makes everything flow so well is the Epcot monorail coming through the whole park. And when you're on the Epcot monorail, you get to get kind of a bird's eye view of everything on the ground. So now I haven't gotten to ride it yet, but I know other people that have, and they can see like little bits of construction that are going on all around the place. Getting kind of like an idea of what's coming soon and whatnot. And I am excited to go do that myself. Also just excited to get on it in general because this hasn't been operational since they shut down last March 2020. So it's just nice to have it back. It's, it signals more of a return to more normalcy. Like I said, I love going between Epcot and Magic Kingdom, so it's going to make it a whole lot easier than driving my car between the two parks.
And look, we've got a comment here. Obviously, someone who loves you, Brian. Yay, Brian from CM. I have no idea who that is. I'm sure you do though. But CM saying yay, Brian, and yay straight back to you, CM. Thanks for watching. So moving on with Disney World as well, what else happened this week? So we've got Trader Sam's coming back, haven't we? Tell us a bit about the experience of Trader Sam's, Brian. Like, what's it like in there, and what's the feeling? Because this is a big thing coming back, isn't it? Trader Sam's, or
it is. I know everyone's excited for the fact that it's back now. Like everything else, that it hadn't been back since right before the pandemic started, so it's a big deal. I know they rethemed some of the drinks instead of what they used to be called, like the shrunken heads. They're called zombie heads now. That's just to go with a little more of the to go with a little more of the political correctness that Disney's trying to get with to be not offensive to anyone in any communities.
Right.
But it's still basically the same head. It's just it looks a little more like flesh than anything. It's not green or anything anymore. It's just like a fleshy color. But it still looks really cool. I myself haven't been to Trader Sam's in quite a while. And I'm kicking myself for not going back over the last couple years. But I am excited to get back, and I really want what's it called? There's that the Nautilus, I think is what it is.
Okay,
it's that really big drink. I think it's like $80-something, kind of like the Rancor flight over in Oga's is like $85 because it's a big souvenir and a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine for
Well,
eighty
I would
dollars
do
a
it with a
week.
group. I'm not going to do it all
Yeah,
alone.
absolutely. Yep.
I wouldn't be functional after that.
No, no, you wouldn't be, would you?
I would need a
Cool.
lot of water and bar food before I was functional again. But it's really fun in there. Every time you order a certain drink, like each certain drink has its own like atmosphere that goes with it.
Yep.
Um, so like the whole atmosphere of the bar changes. There's like chants that go on. I can't wait to go back.
Awesome news. We're looking forward to seeing you in there and the vlog that follows as well. That'll be great to
Hopefully
see.
very soon.
So another thing over there in Disney World that's opened up is the Hall of Presidents, and there's been a bit of a special addition to the Hall of Presidents. Of course, first time it's been open since we've seen this man as the president. What do we
Yeah,
think of the look of Mr. Biden there, President Biden, should I say?
I like the look.
I
It's not
think
bad for an
I think
animatronic.
it's great. I think it's pretty darn
I think it
accurate
looks a lot
for
like him.
a
Yeah.
for an animatronic, and I only wish like the coolest thing that it could possibly do if they had that sort of technology for animatronics yet would be to have him put on his his aviator Ray Bans because that would just complete the look.
But they're on the table.
Yeah, they
They're on
are.
the
Hang on,
table,
I've got to
yeah.
find.
Yeah.
There they are. Yeah, that definitely completes the look. uh, so,
Should have put him in
yeah,
his pocket.
yeah, in his top pocket or something so we could see them. Oh, yeah, awesome. So, looking forward to seeing President Biden there amongst all the other presidents. But the big news this week, the one that I'm really excited about, we've seen now a poster for the Galactic Star Cruiser at Disney World. So this
Yes.
is huge news because it reveals quite a bit more about what's going on there. And Disney Parks blog had a bit of a story which I'm trying to load up, but we're going to see a few. Well, they've revealed quite a few more things that are happening when you go on this 2-night cruise. And I'm just trying to bring it up here, guys. So just give me 1 second so we can show the viewers. Here we go. So we had some further details here about the Star Cruiser. And they're pretty exciting details. First of all, it looks like we're going to get, sort of a droid, a new droid, sort of walking in,
Yeah, like an R unit.
yeah, around. So that's really immersive. And they revealed a little bit about what you can actually, how you can get involved. So what they're saying here is that you can, get involved with the First Order if you, if the dark side's your thing, or you can become a youngling Jedi as well. So that's pretty exciting. And I think this sort of immersiveness is what we sort of expected at Galaxy's Edge when it first opened, but we're finally going to get it here. The only problem being that I see, I don't know if you guys agree, is that it's going to be quite expensive to go on the
Very
Galactic Star
expensive. Yeah.
Cruiser.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
And also, if I could just pop in here and say that
yep,
I did some more research on this, and I did find
yep,
out that it is absolutely true that you can't up and leave the resort. So you are there. Like once you're inside, you can't just like
Hmm.
come and go as you please to
Can't be
just,
like, I'm going to
hang
Disney
out
Springs.
outside. You
right.
really are there for the whole experience, and they want to make sure that the magic isn't broken and you really do get to experience this. So if you're going to go to and from the park, it's going to be from that shuttle
Mm,
that ends up going into there. They showed the source that I was looking at showed the door that they will probably come through, which everybody has just seen as a locked door that really only cast members could access.
Right.
but it looks like that is where the shuttle entrance and exit will be. And it's going to work something probably quite a bit like either, I'm guessing, like a to and from rail, like that you'll actually take a railway, but you won't be able to see out any windows. It'll be completely themed like the inside of a shuttle, on the inside, and you won't be able to see the transport to and from. It'll just feel like you're actually on, a shuttle, like on Rise the Resistance. So
Mm-hmm.
they are going above and beyond to make sure that you get the full experience when you stay at their resort, the
Yeah.
Star Cruiser.
Yeah, yeah, it looks really good. As we get more and more details, of course, earlier on we saw that incredible lightsaber that we think that we're going to see on the Galactic Star Cruise, and hopefully we'll see that in Galaxy's Edge coming soon as well. However, we don't kind of feel like we're going to see that. We don't feel like we're going to see that as something you can pick up or purchase as merchandise. It's something that we feel, and we've agreed
Right.
on here before, that it'll be only a sort of character thing. But really exciting news about the Galactic Star Cruiser. Included in the 2-night stay, you do get a trip into Galaxy's Edge. I'm not sure if that shows you anything new in regards to Galaxy's Edge. We haven't heard any of those details yet. But yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm hoping that we can get a few vloggers in there giving us a bit of video when it opens, because I'm guessing we're going to have some sort of press launch
I'm sure
right
there'll
from the
be a
start.
couple for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So we're pretty excited about seeing that. But indeed, before we get into Disneyland now, just wanted to say, thanks for coming live to us last week in Epcot for the Food and Wine. What sort of experience was Food and Wine like this year? Festival, Bryan, was it lots of people there, lots of good options with the food after you've been once now?
Yeah, there's tons of good options when it comes to the food, and drinks and alcoholic drinks, and the crowds haven't been too terrible. They've been about back to normal, but
Yep,
I mean, when I was there on opening day, I was there from rope drop.
yep.
So by the time I left, it was starting to get more crowded. But for me, the time I was there,
Hmm.
it was easy breezy. It was so nice. I didn't
Yeah,
have to wait in any long lines. I tried a few things that's in last week's vlog. Everything was delicious, as I've come to expect with Food and Wine. I don't expect anything to be anything less than delicious.
yep,
We all know Disney's standards when it comes to the festivals, so
yep.
if it's not good, it shouldn't be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I
Yep.
have so much more to try. I tried a couple more things last night, so that'll be in a vlog in the next couple of days as well. I'm just really happy to have it basically back to normal for the festival. You have all the, like, I think 30 booths. 10 of them won't open until October 1st though.
Right.
So you have 20 right now, but as of October
Hmm.
1st, you'll have 30 of them, and it's nice to have that variety again. It Last year's, taste of the International Food and Wine Festival was great. I'm glad we had it, but it's nice to have the full selection back.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. And it was great to see you there. Thanks for doing that. And the other thing that's, opened up, which you've experienced a few times now, is for fireworks over there at Magic Kingdom and also at Epcot as well.
Hmm.
Tell us a little about how great it is to have it back, and what was the experience kind of like.
Well, I'm a grown man, and I'm not afraid to say I teared up a little bit because I missed those.
Yep.
Um, Happily Ever After is such a great show, and I mean, I miss Wishes, which is what it replaced. But I mean, I don't compare the two. They're both really great. Happily Ever After was so wonderful. The crowd was super energized,
Hmm.
but I mean, I don't think there was a single dry eye 5 seconds in. I think
Yeah.
everybody had a little tear in their eye after like 5 to 10 seconds. As soon as that first note hit,
Yeah.
Epcot Forever. Um, I went the second or third night it was back,
Hmm.
and I would say it was about the same feeling. Less people, because obviously everyone went to the first night, so there's a little less people. So that was kind of nice. It wasn't hard to get out of the park like it was for Magic Kingdom. um, but yeah, it's been really nice having those nighttime shows back.
Yep.
And I kind of missed going and getting my spot, and then kind of getting like a little camaraderie going with the people around you. Everyone just being like, "Oh, where are you from? Where are you visiting from?" All that stuff. The
Yep.
Disney community is awesome, and it's fun to talk to other
Yep.
guests,
For
and
sure.
that's all part of the
Absolutely.
shows.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, great to see Fireworks back in Disneyland as well as Disney World. So we really appreciate that coming back. So let's move on now. I just wanted to talk about Disneyland now. So over to you, chasing away, and um, what we sort of had happening. If I can bring up, all right, there we go. What we had happening in Disneyland this week was the return of character dining, which we're super excited about. Um, and I'm just going to show a video of a trip in 2019 of us. Tell us a bit about what's happening. So we're really excited about one thing that's actually coming back to dining in Disney with the character dining, and that is buffets, is it not, Chase? So we
Yeah,
will have,
that's correct.
yeah.
So yeah, Storytellers is back. It started taking reservations on the 20th and was officially open as of the 22nd.
Yep.
The Plaza Inn with the Minnie and Friends will be a little bit longer. That'll start up in August.
Hmm.
But character dining is a big part of Disney. And for someone like me who has gone Minnie and Friends, the character dining over at Plaza Inn, that's kind of a fun way to get a chance to see every character without having to wait in a crazy line somewhere in the park. So every character comes to every table, and it's just fun to have a little conversation with the characters for a little bit, get autographs, pictures. So it's been a staple thing to have character dining at the parks and come back, because as you can see, it just brings smiles to everyone's faces.
Absolutely.
So I haven't been to Storytellers before, but it's just I've seen what it looks like, and it's just a beautiful place. And
Yep.
to get buffet style dining is a huge thing, because it's fun to get up and move around and be able to see everything. Price that you pay, you get a pretty good deal for about a 2 or 3 course. So you have your starters, which are pastries, muffins, croissants, stuff like that, and then you can choose between a couple of things like like a yogurt parfait or fruit. And then, of course, you get your breakfast or your brunch. So, eggs, bacon, sausage, Mickey waffles, all
Hmm.
of those delicious treats that everybody loves to have. And it's so good to see it back. I love this. I would love to go over to Storytellers and see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so great news that that's there, and let me tell you, the buffet there at Storytellers is awesome at breakfast time. So one other thing that we got this week that's new at Disneyland and Disney World is this new treat, Dole Whip treat, which is a an ode to the Jungle Cruise. Tell us a bit about this. Looks fantastic. Obviously, none of you guys have tried it yet, but can't wait to see someone do that and tell us how delicious it is.
This is a mouthful. It's the of course the Dole Whip, the pineapple split. instead of a banana split. So on either side, you have a spear of pineapple, and you have whatever choice you want of any of the Dole Whips. So you could have the orange, you could have the raspberry, you could have the regular pineapple. You can do mixes and swirls for your two soft serves there. And then they top that off. There's some fruit. There's also coconut shavings, caramel, and then you've got the gummy butterflies, which are tied into the Jungle Cruise experience. You can buy the boat separately, but if you want to spend about $25 for this thing, you get the boat with the Dole Whip. So um, it's a pretty cool thing. I've heard, I don't know why I don't like when they do this, but I've heard that the boats are already going up on eBay for like $60, which is crazy. There's all that. Don't do that,
Yeah, that's
people.
not
Don't try
surprising,
and sell
sadly.
your awesome merchandise, but it's, it's not good. But yeah, it's I heard an interesting little thing here, a little bit of trivia is that the boat that of course is that you get is a Walt Disney World boat. It's not one that's available at the Disneyland park. So
Mm.
that was kind of interesting. The cast member there was a cast member apparently that was over it at the Tropical Hideaway that was kind of offended, but it's
I
still
didn't
a
even know we
really
had it
good.
in Walt Disney World, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently the name of it, I can't see it from here. Apparently that boat name
It's
is
Busy
one that's in Walt
Zelda.
Disney World. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
and
well.
um and so I love all of the changes to the attraction. I've been able to see all of it, and Walt Disney World will get more of them as they go. Um, but the chimps and all that, it's just tied in beautifully. It makes a lot of sense now. You have a drowned. It's actually the boat is like in half, so it's like the hippos finally took out one of the boats, like the skippers used to joke about. The hippos took out a boat, and half of it is sinking in the hippo pool, and the other half has been taken over by the chimps. So the chimps got the front end with like the microphone and stuff like that, and then the hippos got the back end of the boat. But that kind of ties in, and having the entire crew up a tree with the rhino scene really looks great. They look fantastic, and of course there's some chimps playing with the boxes of butterflies and nets and magnifying glasses and paint, and it's just they really did a great job. I was really impressed.
Oh, that's awesome news. No, no, it's really good. The Jungle Cruise, good to see it back and good to see it, revived in the way it has. I've really liked the all the videos coming through of the Jungle Cruise. So the other thing that we had coming into Disneyland this week was, of course, the 66th birthday. So tell us a little bit what was going on down there for the 66th, Chase.
Yeah, so the 66th anniversary, unfortunately, Disneyland did not get to celebrate its 65th, but they did have a little bit of a celebration. There wasn't too much going on. There was like a little cavalcade of characters that went around and singing happy birthday to Disneyland. Apparently, there were a couple little treats that you could pick up that were themed, that they could do in a day that I guess, like a cupcake and a couple of other things that they had going on. But the big event was probably the cast member private event, which was a rubber ducky race down the flume of It's a Small World, which was a charity event.
Mm-hmm.
And the cast member with the winning duck was an Ahsoka duck. She really, really likes Ahsoka from Clone Wars and Rebels, and so she painted Ahsoka onto her duck. And you could customize your duck in any way, but I believe there were something in the realm of like 250 rubber duckies. And so it was a really cute event. It looked like it was a lot of fun, and the fact that it was for a charity, benefiting a charity, was even better. So happy birthday, Disneyland.
Yeah, happy birthday, Disneyland. And just been
Yeah,
flashing
happy
a few photos,
birthday.
yeah, of Walt Disney, who started it all, and Disneyland being, the only park you got to see, sadly. But, I mean, can you imagine what the man would think of what's going on today? I mean, I know he was deep in the planning for Walt Disney World when he passed, but just to see that, to see how Disney has spread around the world, he'd just be so excited about all that right now. So, yeah, great to see the park turn
I think so.
66. Yeah, so fantastic news there. So, I just wanted to also talk about a video that came out this week, and this was the fact that we're getting the PhilharMagic Coco to join that part. And we saw a bit of a video. This looks pretty exciting, Chase. Can't wait to see this. When is this going to be part of the show? When is this coming back, or is it already
This
has
is
come back?
available now. So as of Disneyland's birthday, on their anniversary,
Yep.
this
Yep.
is now part of the show. So it's right after The Lion King and just before Peter Pan. And
Right.
as the Imagineers have said, there, the producers, they really wanted to be able to expand on PhilharMagic. And so they said, expect things like this, down the line. They had quite a bit of songs in the catalog that they were wanting to add, but this one really, if you excuse the pun, strike a chord with many of the. It seemed to fit in really well and with the group, and so that's why they picked it.
Yep.
And they really did try to match the styles, but they got the most of the original animators for Coco. It's a
Mhm.
brand new produced piece. They used a lot of, the music is slightly different. You almost can't tell, but the whole piece, which is completely original for the most part, going through the streets and seeing all the characters come together in the finale of it. But they said we had a very localized group of musicians. She's talking about this, but she said in this case we got a full orchestra to be able to do this song. So she says we really got to put in the flair of this music and the soundtrack, and she just wanted to really go home and say, here's a bit of my heritage, and it meant a lot to her and her family. So I think it looks fantastic. I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen the show in so long, but I would definitely go out of my way to see this now that that's been added.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now, just before we get into that, I just wanted to go over to Disney Plus. But before we do that, Chase, just wanted to talk about a little bit of a thing you've got going on your blog, DisneylandToday.net. It's a bit of a
Yeah.
quiz that's going on. Tell us a bit what you got going on there. Tell us a bit. These are to all the co-Disney experts that think they know everything about Disney, I'm guessing.
So I just, I wanted to kind of mix things up a bit. I wanted to engage the people visiting my site and have a little fun. So this
Yep.
is a test your Disney knowledge quiz. There's just 10 questions, but I tried to have them be a little bit challenging. And this specific one is for the animated films. So they're all
Hmm.
about animated movies. There's a
Yep.
couple in there, I think, that are Pixar, but in all, I mean, it's still Disney. So there are those 10 questions, and that, based on, each one that's correct is 10 points. So you get a total of 100 points if you get them all correct. But one thing I wanted to let everybody know is that if you submit a question, either to social media or by the Facebook Messenger app that's at the bottom of the mobile website and also on the desktop website, if I choose your question, then you'll be entered into a raffle for some cool little Disney prizes. So that'll
Awesome.
be ongoing. And I plan on changing the questions every week. So now you've got 6 more days, because I posted it last night. You got 6 more days to participate in this and just have a little fun. It's there's nothing that's going to be, you don't have to worry about competing with anybody and saying, I got this much more right. And then, but yeah, I thought it was a fun little quiz, and I hope you guys all love it.
Awesome, awesome. I will be partaking in that one as soon as we get off today, and see how my knowledge goes. I'm sure some of those questions will challenge me. Don't forget, guys, to go over to Chase's site, DisneylandToday.net, for all the latest Disney news and so much more Disney. We're so happy that we have the best blog site on the net involved in Magic Partners Live. So thanks for always bringing us the news over there. So let's go back now and talk about Disney Plus, what's been happening there this week. We had a new series start this week, which is, it's kind of a remake of the beloved 80s movie Turner and Hooch with Tom Hanks. I have started to watch this. So I won't reveal too much. I kind of missed Tom Hanks from the role. That's my first impression. So I'm just going to leave it there. But look, don't let me stop you from going over and watch it. It looks pretty cute. The story goes that it's kind of Tom Hanks's son, and it's the Hooch, and this is kind of the puppy of the original series. But it looks kind of fun. So, go over there and watch it. So much happening on Disney Plus. But something else.
I can't believe how much like the original Hooch he looks like.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? I mean,
it's just I think that has everything to do with the breed of dog, because they really do all look like that. They have that beautiful rusty color. And and of course, if you do not like excessively drooling dogs, then these are not for because they absolutely do drool like that, and it's gross.
Oh, they drool all over, just like a Saint Bernard.
Yeah, so look, looks like a cute series. I've only watched the first episode, but I have to say I did miss Tom Hanks, but it looks like a lot of fun. So head over there and watch it in Disney Plus. Just gives us one more thing to watch. And one more thing to watch this week as well was the making of Loki from the Assemble series, which I've taken a look at. I know, Chase, you've watched this one as well. What are your thoughts on it, Chase? I thought, really, once again, Marvel have made a real movie type experience over the series. That would be my take on it. What did you think of the making there, Chase?
Well, first of all, I absolutely loved the season finale. I thought it was fantastic, and I just knew that there was going to have to be a season 2 in order to cover all of this, because when you introduce the primary villain on the very last episode, there's no way, unless you have it be 2 hours long, to resolve all of that, all of the story. So I was really happy to hear that they are doing a season 2 of Loki, and I love watching Assembled and the making of these shows, because it shows how much goes into it and how much the actors and actresses love doing, but they love playing their characters. And
Yep.
this one is narrated by Tom Hiddleston, so we
Yep.
get a bunch of feedback from Loki himself on the making of this and going through the process and what this was like for him.
Mhm.
And it just goes to show just how much he loves Loki. But not only that, he recognizes just how much Loki means to his fans. And he talks about the appearance in Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con and having people chant for him and scream his name when he asked. And he says, it was then that I realized just how important Loki is to all these people. And he says, I think he said he was 29 when he started playing the role. Which is amazing. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's been like, 10, 11 years of
Mm.
playing Loki throughout all these different films. And I thought it was, a great thing for them to do, saying he got so little screen time in all of the movies put together that this was a great chance to tell Loki's story. And I had a lot of fun watching this. It's just over an hour, I believe, long.
Yep.
And it really goes in depth for each character and what it was like for them being on the set or being involved in a Marvel show for the first time, being in part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the very first time.
Yep.
So Hunter B-15 she is an amazing actress and she's a great character. And
Yeah.
then, of course, Sophia playing Sophie, or she was Sylvie, excuse me.
Yep.
She just plays, she's amazing. And she loved working on it. And she said it was great working with Tom. And of course, Owen Wilson really surprised me. I usually am not a fan of actors that I'm so familiar with in other roles because it's just like all you can do is think of their other roles and compare to
Yeah.
how they're doing. But
Yep.
Mobius really surprised me, and I think he was a great addition to this. And he said Tom was so incredibly helpful because they got Loki lectures
Hmm.
about all of his quirks and the in and outs of how Loki ticks. And he says those were extremely helpful when playing the role and trying to understand Loki, not only from an actor's perspective, but from a character's perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a great series. My takeaway from it, and the best part I like about it, is the fact that they built so many physical sets. They spend a lot of time and effort building those physical sets, and that comes across as as really really cinematic and well when you're watching a series like this. I'm so surprised that they put so much into these series, and they've been welcome additions to Disney Plus, definitely. Can't wait to see maybe a movie that comes about from this, and also season 2. So, yeah, fantastic. Sorry to see it go. Actually, I was looking forward to watching it this week, but of course it wasn't on anymore.
I know, I did that too. I was like, oh wait, it's Wednesday, and I'm like, no more Loki.
I don't know what to do without Loki.
Loki, yeah.
I know.
Absolutely. But one thing we still do have on Friday on Disney Plus is The Bad Batch, and this week we got episode 13, which was Infested. And Infested, indeed it was. Look, I'm going to say this, Bryan, and everyone else out there, sorry for the spoilers. Bryan hasn't seen it yet. I kind of think if you're going to miss one of the episodes, you could kind of miss this one. It was a bit of a filler in my eyes. We didn't sort of concentrate in any of the storyline, the main storyline, as far as I am. We did get this new character come into things, which I believe you liked him, Chase. I thought it was a good character. I think maybe we'll see him in the future. But what did you think of the episode, Chase? How did you feel about it?
Well, this character that we're referring to is Roland. He's right there on the screen, and he is a
Yep.
Deveronian. And
Yep.
they have those signature horns, and usually they can be in different positions, different colors, kind of different natural colors. But
Yep.
I thought this one was kind of sneaky. He was trying to, he was cool. He was trying to impress his parents. Actually, he's just trying to live up to the name of his family name, and Omega was really able to kind of get more info on him and really kind of find out what his story is all about, because they were caught in a similar situation, but Roland actually had it a lot worse.
Yep.
The characters were able, the ones that had them captive were a little bit more lenient with Omega and holding her. They kept their end of the bargain. They said, "You give us the spice, we give you the girl, and that's it." But Roland escaped with a broken horn, which they sliced off to kind of say, "Okay, now we're square." And
Yep.
so they were pretty ruthless. From what, if I remember correctly, these characters are in Solo, um, the
Mm-hmm. Yep.
spin-off movie,
Yep.
and they're just sort of like a humanoid or android kind of. It's hard to tell what kind of species they are, but they're pretty ruthless, and so you don't want to cross them. You don't need them as an enemy. You just gotta hold up your end of the bargain and deliver when you say you're going to, because clearly if you don't, they do take that quite personally. So Roland was very lucky,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, it was in the end. And we may see him again. I think moving forward, because Omega sort of did take a liking to him. So we'll see what happens. One thing that came to Disney Plus this week, which I absolutely loved, was Behind the Attraction. I watched all of the episodes. I love them all. I love the presenter. I thought she was very welcome addition to something like this, and it was very tongue in cheek, and they were taking, not afraid to take a joke at their own expense. Disney during this sort of thing. It was a different kind of thing to watch. Usually we're seeing how the rides, come together and how amazing it is and the technology behind it. But we're also seeing the challenges that they came across. We talked about the ditch that they first dug when they were, when they got rid of all the orange trees in the orange grove at Disneyland, and that was hilarious to me how that all came apart, and the fact that they were stealing trees from all around, on the highways and all that sort of thing. You guys, have you seen these ones? Did you like them, the way they came across and how they were presented?
I
I have
haven't
actually
seen the
not had a
series yet. I'm
chance.
excited to watch.
Yeah, I
Yep.
know. I haven't had a chance to either, but because I forgot about the date completely, so I need
Yep.
to watch that, because it was. I love stuff like this. When they did the Imagineering series, I was glued to it. So this is going to be just another
Hmm.
opportunity to give a little of the details that,
Yep.
yes, the magic is all still there, but it's great to find out how they do these attractions. I think it's just as amazing as the experience, um, to know how these work and what's going on. I think one of the things that I'm always so intrigued by is our stretching room over in California in the Haunted Mansion. I'm just fascinated with how that works, and I've seen somebody kind of create a small like mock-up version of how it works, and it's just incredible to see in sort of like if you were to be standing inside, like behind the scenes, like if you go on the other side of the walls, what that must look like. And
Mm.
I'm just, I love Imagineering. I think it's fantastic. If I had any sort of brains for that kind of, if I knew how to do like engineering and ride design, that would absolutely be a dream job.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And they also talked about, regarding the Haunted Mansion, they talked about how, they actually assigned 4 people, 4 Imagineers to the Haunted Mansion, whereas they normally only assign 1 to lead. And there was a lot of conflict between those 4 people as to how the Haunted Mansion was going to turn out. And you can really see that the conflict was whether it was going to be serious and scary or whether it was going to be actually funny. So you get a bit of, you can really see now where that's coming from. So like the first part of the ride is generally scary. We go through some haunted halls. We see a bride, a scary bride. And then when we get to the graveyard scene, it becomes funny. So, and the way that they described it and the way they showed it is something that I didn't know about. So it is a great series to watch, and I would highly recommend it for sure. So
the history of, I was just going to say really quick, the history of the original Haunted Mansion, Disney's and everything in California is fascinating because it went from them talking about doing a walkthrough tour of the house by a butler or maid to being the Omnimover system that it is today. So they had a short presentation in Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, where they had all kinds of concept art and maquettes for the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion. And you got to see some of the concept art for some of those creature character, ghosts and such. And some of them were pretty scary.
Yeah, absolutely. They do get into a lot of that sort of thing. And it was great to see, the Jungle Cruise as well and how that went together at Disneyland, because that was the first thing they actually did over in Disneyland. They dug the kind of ditch or the part where it was going to be filled with water. So that was the first part of Disneyland they ever sort of got into. So yeah, look good. Guys, go over and see it. It's a fantastic series. I really, really did enjoy it and can't wait to see a few more of them come out, because they did a few rides, but there's still plenty more that they can do. So I'm expecting to see a lot more to come through on that one. But I think there's about 4 or 5 episodes so far over there. So, yep, go over, take a look at it. It's awesome. So that sort of rounds out Disney Plus for this week. And another huge week in Disney. Look, I keep saying this to you guys that it feels like to me, since we've started into 2021, we're seeing a lot of Disney stuff coming through. Like it seems to be building a lot bigger than it ever has, and seems to have huge momentum, which is incredibly encouraging, because when we went through the pandemic as we did, we didn't expect it to be, kind of as big as it is. So, yeah, really happy about that. What do you guys think? Would you agree with me on how things have been going this year and tracking?
Definitely. I don't think we really thought that they would bounce back as quickly. We knew they'd bounce back, and we knew they'd bounce back big time, but I don't think we thought, I think we all agreed it wouldn't be this quick. But it's been nice to see. I'm not mad about it.
No.
Just the quicker they bounce back, the quicker they can get back to bringing us even more new stuff. I mean, we have the new fireworks coming to Magic Kingdom for the 50th. I'm sure there's other new stuff in store. After the 50th out here, and probably new stuff for Disneyland as well that no one knows about yet. I'm glad they're bouncing back as quick as they are.
Yeah, I'm encouraging to see all that happening in Disney World, and the Disney Forward project is looking very encouraging as well. But but just
That
the
would be
amount of people returning to the parks. You know, we've had Avengers Campus as well come along. So it's really exciting.
Can I comment on that really quickly? I wanted to say something about that because I almost forgot about it completely. They are doing casting calls for Eternals. So Avengers Campus is going to be getting some Eternals characters, which is really exciting.
Yeah, that's great.
So they're really looking for they're looking for people that really look like these characters, which I think is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, they had a big casting call last year for, you know, the original Marvel characters, didn't they? And they've turned out fantastic over there. From
Loki
what I've seen,
turned out real well.
Yeah, they look really good. And you know. And one of the, you know, the best things about seeing all this Disney activity is the return of the cast members, you know, bringing them back to work. And also I've seen a lot of, you know, friends and stuff on Facebook actually becoming cast members as well. So we're getting a lot more hiring going on as well. You know, that's just really exciting to see that, you know, they're giving that gift to a lot of people over there. And all over the world, we're seeing Paris open now, Hong Kong, Shanghai, and also Japan as well. Yeah, so that's fantastic news. And of course, we've got the Olympics over at Japan right now as well. So I'm guessing there won't be too many travelers going in there at the moment, but
it's such a mess right now. They've had about 100 cases of coronavirus of COVID-19 break out at the Olympic Village. They're sending like American teams outside of the Olympics to stay at outside of the Olympic Village to stay at hotels to keep them quarantined until the games start. But you know, I would have thought with all the prep time before the Olympics that these athletes would have gotten vaccinated just because they're going to another country. That's it really surprised me.
Yeah, like we say on the channel all the time, just make sure you get vaccinated, everyone. Right here in Australia, we're locked down because we didn't get enough vaccinations into arms quickly enough. So, you know, go out there and, you know, it's free. Go out there and get yourself vaccinated. The more people around the world that get vaccinated, the better, you know, the faster we're going to open up and the safer everyone's going to be. So, yeah, and, you know, like we said on the Disney Cruise Line, they're looking for vaccinations to go on that on the cruise line. You know, just make it easy to you. As I know that there's a lot of concerts and things and going on that are requiring that vaccination passport as well. So, you know, it makes it easier for you. It's a jab in the arm and it's done, and you're then vaccinated. So yeah, please do go out and get that done if you haven't already. And, you know, just going back to Japan, Tokyo is one of the best Disney parks. I see so many videos on that park and it's looking great. And they've got a big expansion happening there at the moment as well. Frozen being one of the parts of that land that are going to be huge with a new ride in there. And I think we're also getting a Tangled area as well, and also a Peter Pan area. So some things we've never seen before over, you know, Disney parks across the world. So once things get better over in Japan, it will be a fantastic place to visit, and really looking forward to Japan opening up and looking better. And you know, so sorry to hear things are happening with the Olympics over there, because it's such a great thing to have the Olympics. We had it back in 2000, and last night or the night before, I think it got announced that Brisbane, which is in Queensland, Australia, is 32 Olympics. So going to see it down here again. Yep. So that's great news.
That'll be great.
You know, we wish everyone luck over in the Olympics and hope it travels a little bit more smoothly than it has, and hope that you know, everyone can come home with a gold medal. So good luck to everyone over there, guys. You know, once again, we've been rattling on for an hour very, very easily about Disney today. really happy with this week. Any further comments that you guys want to tell us about? Bryan, what's your latest vlog? Where are you going? What are you doing this week, and where are you going?
So I have 2 vlogs that I made this week, so they'll be coming out over the next few days. I'm trying to get the first one up tomorrow, by tomorrow morning. I have it uploading as we speak. So my parents were visiting, and they brought their camper down, so they stayed at the Fort Wilderness campgrounds. So I did a little vlog of the Fort Wilderness campgrounds. We watched the fireworks from the campgrounds. There wasn't really any loud enough music to, they piped it in, but it wasn't loud enough really. So I had to get creative and put music over it. It's not the normal fireworks music, but I think I did a good job.
I'm sure.
And I went and walked around the campgrounds and showed people like the pool area and all that stuff. It's a good one. And then the next one after that will be probably Monday. Because I don't want 2 back-to-back days since I'm not that person yet. So probably Monday. That's going to be our trip to Epcot. I tried a couple more of the food items from the Food and Wine Festival, and then brought you a little bit of the fireworks again. It's not the full show this time. I do have my previous vlog that does have the full show. So if you want to see the full show, go to that. I'm going to make sure to get the link in it for this one. If you're watching that and want to see the full show, it'll be in my my little bio for it. But yeah, it's going to be a little different just because I was with family, wanted and had to enjoy the time with them because they were only here a couple days. But I think it'll still come out really well. I think you guys will still love it. You guys and everyone watching.
I'm sure you do. Get over there to Bryan's Magic Life and make sure you subscribe, give the videos a big thumbs up. And Chase, what's happening in Disneyland this week? What can you expect? We've got a bit of a Disney trivia thing to go over there and do, which I'll be doing straight after the show. But what can we expect from Disneyland this week? Anything else happening that we know of so far?
Yeah, so tomorrow is the world premiere of the Jungle Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm expecting that, considering that Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt were over at Downtown Disney today, I'm guessing that they'll both be there for the world premiere tomorrow, which is taking place at the Fantasyland Theater, which is right down the walkway from It's a Small World. So starting tomorrow, there will be some attractions that are down and also for the next couple of days. So I'm guessing that not only for the premiere, but probably while they disassemble the stage for everybody, they'll probably have a few attractions down. I know the Tiki Room is one of them. They're going to turn off the outside audio of It's a Small World. They are also not doing anything that runs by there, so I think the train will have a limited run if they don't just stop it altogether for the event. That way there's no noise behind that. It's not interrupted in any way. And also we'll see some no fireworks will be showing, but they'll do the projections at night, but no fireworks for Mickey's Mixed Magic, just the projections on the castle on Main Street and also on the front of It's a Small World.
Okay, that sounds great. We've got another comment here from CM again. Let's see if I can get this going here. Ah, there she is. Oh, thanks, CM. We really appreciate you watching.
Thanks, Candace.
Thank you. That's awesome.
That's one of my very close friends that I've known forever. That's Candace. Thank you, Candace, for watching. This is her first time watching.
Awesome. Welcome, Candace. And
that's awesome. Welcome.
Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, thanks, Chase, for that little tidbit. I had one extra thing as well that I actually noticed, and that's to do with Disney World. And in the airport, as you arrive there, it looks like we're getting a first look at the statues.
Yeah.
They're going to go up in...
How could I forget that?
They're going to go... We already had... already had a look at through a video of Mickey, didn't we? We saw him last week, but these are the sort of how
Now we
many
gotta
of
look at
them are going?
Minnie and Figment.
Yeah, and how many are going up, Brian? Do you remember? It's quite a few, isn't it? Statues that they're actually
There's
making.
50 in total,
50. Wow, for the
I
50
believe.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was 50 in total of the characters that are going to have statues. So, yeah, I can't wait. I'm super
Yep.
glad that Figment's getting one because Figment is amazing and magical and
Yep.
part of my imagination every day.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's great when you land at Orlando International there. You can see those. And we're really looking forward to the 50th. We're getting pretty excited about it now, aren't we? You know, the castle's almost there. And yeah. And we're going to get some special fireworks and all sorts of things going on. So
And I will be bringing it all to you.
Yep, absolutely. We can't wait to see it either. You know, and it's the best way to see it because, you know, a lot of us can't get over there. So we thank you a lot for doing that for us every week, Brian. So guys,
That's why I do it.
so guys, we've hit the big 1 hour and 8 minutes now. Again, we can never contain the show to 1 hour. We could talk for about 3 hours on Disney. But it's been a huge week. Once again, we've had quite a few huge weeks in a row. In fact, nearly every week has been a huge week. Great to see you all again. Great to have you guys, both of you guys, beside me this week. That's been fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Thanks very much, Chase and Brian. We've been your Magic Partners Live. We will see you guys very, very shortly. We'll announce a show sometime this week. So come back and take a look. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a big thumbs up, and ring that bell so you know when there's a live show coming at you. Until next week, we will see you guys real soon. See you later, guys.